Yo, what's good, you guys? I go by Boomer, and you're watching Bali Star. Today, we're getting into how DJ Akademiks just ended his and Drake's careers for good by fantastic hip hop, man. Now, you know, I've been holding off on this video, watching others watch this video, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like to watch other reactors too, you know what I'm saying? Support other reactors, you feel me? But yeah, I've been seeing some stuff going on that Akademiks was alleging, you know what I'm saying? And Drake broke it down, like proving Akademiks wrong. You know, honestly, the relationship between Akademiks and Drake is the most shakiest thing I've ever seen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen somebody ride and die so hard for the person that would do him dirty the most in the real world, like, as far as, like, you know, of this status, of this ilk. Like, this is ridiculous, bro. That's why they say never meet your idols. Although Akademiks never met Drake, like, bro, of course Drake knows about him, you know? And the lengths that he would go just to, you know, keep Drake's name in good graces, and Drake would just do him dirty. It's like, bro, hey, Kendrick said it. That's all I'm going to say, man. Everything Drake is doing, Kendrick has said it. But nonetheless, let's get straight into the video. Let's go.
Now, for Drake and DJ Akademiks, the amount of failure, embarrassment, and humiliation these two have managed to amass together is really unlike anything else in not just hip-hop, but all of music history. And even despite redefining what losing looks like through all of the lows we have already seen, if you thought everything we have been unfortunate enough to witness so far from the most pathetic rapper and media personality in the game was enough, well, I got news for you, because with their most recent controversy, it is somehow the worst yet, because after Drake and Akademiks were getting exposed for straight up lying to everyone and their reputations had never been more in question because of it, the response Ak had to this to try and defend both him and Drake has really put their careers in a place where beyond rap beef or even just being a personality within the public eye in general, in the near future, everything we know about them may just be taken away within a fashion that we have never seen before, because with what Akademiks just said about Drake and his personal life, which he is saying is fact in his own words, while I don't think he realized this in the moment, he may have just made every piece of speculation about who Drake...
Let me say this, man. Anything that Ak says is facts is truly an opinion. His opinion. Okay? If you know that it's a fact and Akademiks says a fact, then it is a fact. If he says it's a fact and you don't know it's a fact, do not take his word for it.
Is behind closed doors really true? And now, before we get any further into this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now, with Drake and DJ Akademiks, it's really wild to me how after Drake was trying to say that he is going to move forward with his career in 2025 and that he's no longer going to be caught up in all of the drama that he has not been able to escape, in his own words, that he's now leaning further than he ever has into letting this beef and his failure in it take over his entire personality and brand. As instead of just doing anything to strengthen his image or reputation, he is trying to take down everyone's name with him. And so now, after Drake and Akademiks were both in trouble because Drake had some DMs get leaked and exposed, which were showing him trying to...
Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on. I mean, I don't know no details, fam. I'm just showing you outside perception. I think there's the better way to go about it, is my opinion. Me Universal is like if not Nike was funding a campaign about LeBron cheating on his wife. Not Adidas or Reebok. Nike, the company he been with since he started. My situation is not no street
like
bitch.
Thinking about the current situation he is in with his label and against Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us record. And he ended up tying LeBron and his wife Savannah into things with this weird analogy, which once again shows how Drake loves bringing people's families into the center
right.
of all of his
dragging other people down, bro. Like, what? All because... Man, I mean, you all heard the Fighting Irish freestyle, man. Wow, bro.
See, after Drake was so embarrassed from having the public see how delusional he is about this entire situation that then he made DJ Akademiks come out and say these messages were fake, and that Ak heard this directly from Drake and see DJ Akademiks come out and say these messages...
Ak, this is a fake DM. Drake called Buddy a rat. He got mad and made up some fake DM. To try and make the blogs and go viral. End of story. man. I made some fake DM.
Were fake and that Ak heard this directly from Drake himself. But then these two were quickly proven to be straight out lying, as the person who was on the other end of these messages posted the entire thread, and therefore
Never intended for this convo to turn public, but F it. I'm pretty sure that's his F it. Blogs hit my live, bro, to confirm the facts. Let's discuss it. Idols turn rivals. He's not like us. Okay. No. Okay, I read the first two paragraphs. Everybody before me that tried the label was too eccentric, so they wrote them off as crazy, and they never had to pay for their bleeps and mistakes. F-ups? Huh. I'm going to change that and make the building a safer place for every artist moving forward. Yeah, right. Your something is personal, involves something, and I just think, I'm pretty sure that says shit for both of the bleeps. And I just think the way you're doing it makes you look crazy. That's my opinion, and you don't need to listen to it. I just think if all you are saying is true, there's better ways to handle it other than dropping a tape. Is this Drake saying this, or?
Drake even more, as Drake and Ak were getting dragged for trying to deceive everyone so badly that even their own audiences were getting frustrated with them. Ak seemingly went on stream to clear the air about this entire controversy, and as he said throughout one of the craziest streams he has ever done, try to prove that he has journalistic
Rappers out here letting this guy talk to him any type of way from his basement.
Integrity, and that he would never push false information, which in of itself, before we even go any further, is an absolute truth.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie, he does look like Jerry. Especially you look at him right there, bro. Oh my god, bro. Yo.
His Ak has always pushed so much false info and narratives over the years to try and benefit his own ideals regardless of the truth. But now, in one of the most emotional and erratic times we have seen Ak on camera, which of course for his standards is saying a lot, he went into these DMs, and while Ak did go on to admit that he and Drake did lie and that these DMs were in fact real, in the process of him doing this, which again, to say anything slightly against Drake must have been scary for him considering how Ak has tied the entire success of his career and brand to supporting him, Ak said some of the wildest things he ever has on camera, having to try and defend his own honor, reputation, and credibility by saying that he is not in any sort of relationship with Drake, which again just slowing things down and processing how strange of a place we are at. The fact that Ak had to go on a camera and say this shows just how far gone and how pathetic this entire corner of the hip-hop world really is in of itself. But later, as Ak went on to do what he's best for here, which is go on long emotional tangents where his thoughts get less and less clear to the point where after a while you can't even follow a fraction of what he is saying, he did reach a point where after rambling for so long, he finally started to make a little too much sense, and he went on to talk about Drake and LeBron James. Which of course Drake's mention of LeBron and his wife in these messages was one of the main reasons why this entire controversy got the attention of so many people in the first place. And when trying to clear the air and really just tell us what's actually going on between Drake and LeBron, as ever since Drake released his new freestyle, the beef between these two has been reaching a more publicized point than it has ever been. Ak went on to say and seemingly reveal that he knows Drake had a bond with LeBron that nobody else quite had with him, as they kept a ton of secrets together that for Bron, according to Ak, if we all knew, would change his entire image. And as Ak was saying that because of the fact that LeBron has now chose Kendrick's side in their beef over Drake, Drake is now going to let more and more loose about the truths nobody else has ever exposed about Bron, and while saying this, when trying to help Drake and give him some credibility by diverting the controversy on LeBron, Ak went on to say that the claims Drake made about LeBron not being loyal to his wife are not just true, but that when LeBron used to hang out with Drake pretty much any time, or when he was at away games playing the Raptors, which of course meant he was in Drake's hometown, LeBron would go over to Drake, and to say the least about this strange situation, there would be women and then some strange activities that Kendrick Lamar did indeed rap about on Meet the Grams during the beef would go down. And as Ak used the words when describing what Drake did to help out Bron, like supply and facilitate, which when you piece together tell you everything you need to know about what he was getting at, all again.
Now, I think by supply and facilitate, by what Fantastic Hip Hop's saying here. What Kendrick said in the diss songs, that Drake would set up those Tinder things for LeBron. He would have, you know what I'm saying, like Drake's guy would set up the Tinder things for Drake. He would do the same thing for LeBron, or Drake would have him do the same thing for LeBron.
Together, while Ak was trying to.
But again, I'm just going by what he's saying here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know for sure.
Pose LeBron here and alter his public image. First off, this is a conversation and a moment that was all about Ak's credibility in the first place, as Ak is the one saying this, and at the end of the day, nobody takes this guy seriously. It has done nothing to actually affect LeBron one bit. But for Drake, and let's remember, beyond everything else, Ak is a guy who does speak to him on a regular basis, and before this moment was just publicly representing his word, and while it wasn't the actual truth what he was saying, it was still the message that Drake wanted to send out and have be perceived as reality. All in all, when you put all of the context of this situation together, Ak is telling the world that while a good portion of people believe some of Kendrick Lamar's lyrics about the horrible lifestyle Drake surrounds himself in was a stretch, or even that Kendrick was taking things too far altogether, what Ak is saying is half true, and again, to lie this much about Drake from him is just not in his character. Well, then he just admitted to the world that Drake really should be looked into, because what he is doing is not normal. And really, in the grand picture of what he is saying, Ak admitted that the lyrics and disses Kendrick had going Drake's way are bigger than just rap beef. Because what Ak is admitting by saying that Drake was setting these strange meetings up for Bron, and there was of course a lot involved going into it, of course, to not have any of this come out until someone who was trying to use this information to take down LeBron is using it. Well, this isn't just strange and something that people like me and you look down on, but at most places, and again, to just say the very least, this is not allowed, and if what Drake was doing is even proven to be the slightest bit true, more than Drake's career being over, his entire reputation would be looked at differently, not just as a rapper or a musician, but beyond all the petty antics that has made his downfall as a celebrity so terrible, Drake would be joining the list that only the worst type of people can be on. And really, what's so ironic about this situation is that in this time where Drake's team and stans have wanted to connect people like Kendrick to horrible individuals to try and make his image look terrible, all this time beyond Drake himself, just based on Akademiks' own words, the OVO rapper is the actual person who he has been trying to call out everyone else for being this whole time. And I mean, for both Drake and Ak at this point, based on Akademiks' own words, the OVO rapper is the actual person who he has been trying to call out everyone else for being this whole time. And I mean, for both Drake and Ak at this point, how do you make such a mistake to let this happen? Because really, the optics of this entire...
I mean, such a mistake to let it happen, like, it's Akademiks. This nigga glizzy gobbles Drake like he breathes air. Like he needs to breathe air. Like, dude, he is the epitome of throwing stones when you live in a glass house. Which is Drake. Drake is that glass house. You feel me? Like, yeah. Yeah.
Entire strategy are just terrible, because while Ak was trying to help Drake here, he of course just dragged his entire name into levels of controversy that again is way beyond any of the stuff he has already been in. And while again these claims Ak are making are so bold that nobody really can conclude anything from a stream of his alone, when you do just gather some basic context, if we remember that in Drake's official claims against his label, he did list Ak as a direct source to prove what he is saying to be a fact, well then using this same logic for his fans and everyone who is trying to cover this up, how can Ak's voice not be equally meaningful and truthful?
And also, that's the epitome of Drake using him as well, bro. A user.
Here, as again, as this is all coming from a source that is as affiliated with Drake as you pretty much can be. It's just so strange how something like this can be said, but honestly, as these disses that only make Drake and his team look worse have been something that he has been doing to try and take a win against anyone he has had beef with since the Hard Part 6, really, in a way, it should not be as surprising as it seems, but going forward, while again, this absolutely insane claim is only really making everyone have more questions about Drake, Ak, what's really going on behind the scenes, and what they are trying to achieve by letting information out like this in the first place, what I think is clear from this is that with the non-stop annoyance LeBron has been getting now from Drake and all of his affiliates and stans ever since
LeBron's done with Drake. He's done. He's done, bruh. Like, he is the ex You know what I'm saying? Well, let's just say on this case, like the ex-girlfriend that be hitting you with the HR voice. You know what I'm saying? When you try to talk back with her or something. You feel me? LeBron's that type of done. He's HR done, bro.
Of this new freestyle from him. I mean, at the very least, LeBron is not just happy with the decision he made to get away from the most pathetic rapper in the game, but he is probably livid with the way his name is now being dragged into so much controversy within a matter that he has never seen over the course of his 25 years of being one of the biggest stars in the world. And as after all of the years and all of the moments LeBron has had throughout his career, as it is now taking getting dragged down with Drake, to have someone who has been as good as they can be in the type of position he is receive the type of claims he is, it just shows how bitter everything around Drake really is and how much of a problem he just causes at this point.
Drake, that one friend that you cannot hang out with no more, and which is what LeBron has done. But because he exudes that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? If you know that anti-positive energy, bro. It's like, and I cannot. It's like, bro. Because do stuff like this is like, dang.
By doing anything, because instead of moving forward and trying to just release good music or do one thing positive, Drake's entire persona is based around negativity and taking other people down. And if we are seeing this now from Drake, I'm sure this is only going to get a lot worse in the future, as people he has beef with are only continuing to win more and more. And beyond this, if these claims that Akademiks said are further looked into and any of it comes true, well then Drake and Ak's entire reputation and the information they have withheld from us is about to not just end their careers, but it will ruin whatever legacy they have had left as well. And so now with all this said, let me know, what do you think about these wild claims Akademiks has made about Drake and Bron, and do you think...
Honestly, at this point, I'm tired about hearing about them, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that done type of tired. Drake doing this now, yeah. Kendrick called it. But Archie, guys, so that was how DJ Akademiks just ended his career. It ended his and Drake's careers for good. Y'all still Drake fans? Hey, I listen to the homie old music. Like I will say many times. Nothing Was the Same, from everything from Nothing Was the Same and before, those are my jams. And no, that's the type of Drake that doesn't exude that sounds like he does not exude that type of energy that this Drake does now. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, man, it's ever since he lost Rihanna. It's ever since he lost Rihanna, bro. Ever since he got up on that stage with the award for Rihanna and was saying all that, and Rihanna was like, dust off her shoulders, and the dust was Drake. You feel me? She said, nah. You feel me? Played him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, everything, like how she been moving ever since. I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying, they did their thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, after she brushed her shoulders off of him, like, I mean, dude was in love. I'm telling y'all this, man. He was in love with her, and once she, like, you know what I'm saying, cut him off, dude been on a warpath ever since, man. I've been noticing, and I think this was around Nothing Was the Same, you know what I'm saying? So, but, the album had already been done, you feel me? So once he put that out, the stuff with Rihanna hadn't happened during that album. But, the beef with Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, like via Control, you know what I'm saying, that was going on. So that was interesting. But everything after, man, like after he got brushed off of Rihanna, you know what I'm saying, Views came out, you know what I'm saying, everything after came out, and it was just sounding like it wasn't exuberant or something like that, you feel me? Like, it just wasn't active, in my opinion, you feel me? And ever since Views, man, everything just went, and yeah, bruh. But, hey, you still rock with him? It is what it is, man. But I'll say is Kendrick called it 100. Ooh.
Niggas stay up in your lane.
South side, been ready. North side.
Oh, love one another.
I don't care what they say about, don't care.